Hello and welcome back. My name is Scorpios and this week I am back here on a Minesomnia server and I just wanted to bring you an update on some of the things that I have been working on around here. But first, I need to figure out how to get down to the ground and I hope that this jump is not going to kill me. I think I might have broke a leg or two, but I'm still alive. But anyways, like I was saying, I'm going to my survival base and show you guys some of the things that I have been working on around here. Check this out, this is pretty satisfying to watch. So a very long time ago, Ailin gifted me this beacon. And now that I have access to Haste 2, in between episodes I have been able to remove quite a bit of the world around my base. So it took me almost a week to remove all of this area, which used to be a mountain range. And actually, if you go into my statistics, which let me pull it up here. So as you can see here, I have removed an absurd amount of stone blocks around my base. And this number is only growing as time goes by. All thanks to this awesome beacon right here. So that is quite amazing, and as you can see here, I have been taking advantage of the Haste 2 effect. So this entire area where I am currently constructing my Season 1 survival base used to be filled with mountains and hills, and over the course of this season so far, I have been able to slowly chip away the mountains and turning into a somewhat flat area, which to be honest makes it much easier for me to plan out my base. As you can see here, with the new base expansion that is going on, I now have a lot more space to add more buildings to this town that is constantly expanding. So as you can see here, in between episodes, I have also started sketching this little corner right here. But the thing is that the way that I construct my base is not very efficient at all. So for one thing, I don't actually have a creative test world to sketch any of these things out. So when I add new buildings to my base, the first thing that I do is to start with a rough sketch like what you're seeing here. And most of the buildings in my base go through multiple versions of rough sketches before I settle on a final version. So this building over here, I actually had to tear it down twice before I settled on this final version. And one of the things that I've been working on recently is this little corner building right here. Let me just show you. So this little diagonal building right here, I actually had something completely different built and I just hated the way it looked, so I just got rid of it and built this instead. And one of the projects that I've been working on lately is this little corner here, and right now this probably looks like a big blob of cobblestone to you. So I don't know if you can quite see it, but eventually I'm going to turn this into a collection of a bunch of small houses. So eventually there's going to be different wall textures and roof structures as well. But for today's episode, I got a bunch of projects that I really need to finish in the shopping district. So right now I'm just going to wrap up my work around here and I will come back to my base next episode to work on some base expansion. So with that said, I'm going to jump into a quick time lapse and I will be right back. So that was a lot of work and I barely made a dent here. But the materials that I just gathered in that time lapse is actually enough to fill up all of these shulker boxes here. Next, I'm going to deposit all these materials into my storage facility. And this has been a lot of work, and in my next episode I do plan to come back here and work on some landscaping here. But for the rest of this episode, I'm going to hop over to the shopping district and do some work there. But as you can see here, I have prepared a couple of shulker boxes so that I do not have to keep coming back to my base for materials. So it's time for me to collect these boxes and hop over through my nether portal, and I will see you guys on the other side. So I just came over to the shopping district, and in my last episode I built this haunted house right here. Yeah, that was a huge grind, but this is looking pretty fantastic. So I was quite happy with how it turned out, and for the time being, this entrance area here is just going to be a haunted cafe, which is the only part of this haunted house that is open to the public. So at the end of my last episode, I showcased the types of food that I will be selling here at the Haunted Cafe. So as you can see, I am selling novelty food items that you do not really see in everyday Minecraft. So the menu here at the Haunted Cafe consists of lemon macaron, baguette. I also have quiche and raisin scones. And for the beverages, I am offering coffee and house special vanilla mint coffee as well. And today I'm back here because I want to make sure that the cafe is fully stocked and open for business. So I'm just going to put some food items in these barrels. And to finish my setup here, I'm going to set up a payment system. And to be honest, I'm not really trying to make any extra diamonds here. And instead, a payment system that makes sense to me is that for each food item that gets taken out of this cafe, I would just charge 1 block. Yeah, so it could be any type of block, dirt block, I don't really care. I mean, if you want to give me a diamond block for one of the food items, I would not say no, but it's definitely not required. So that is going to be the Haunted Cafe's grand opening. But as you can see, I do have these doorways that are reserved for a minigame that I have in mind for later in this season. I just really haven't had the time to work on it, but I will be showcasing it in one of my future episodes. It will be free to play for other members of this server. And speaking of which, I do play on an SMP server if I have not mentioned it so far. And down below in the video description, I will be providing channel links to all other members of this server. They're just great people to play with, and you should totally go check out their channels. So that is work done here at the Haunted Cafe, and the next thing that I'm going to do is to come over next door to my green store. So this is my very first shop here on the Minesomnia server, and I actually have not checked my profits in a while. So I just hope that I'm making a lot of diamonds here, and yeah, there's quite a bit of diamonds. So it looks like mossy cobblestone is sold out. And how about this one? Okay, 2 diamonds, that's not bad. And we have 1 diamond here, and nothing sold in this barrel here. And how about grass blocks? Alright, we got some profits here. So we made a total of 16 diamonds, which is not too bad. And let me put my diamonds into my wallet, and I'm just going to do some restocking here. And that is done. So I'm just here exploring the shopping district, and I ran into Aerington, who is one of the newest members of this server. And apparently he has turned himself into Aerington Jones. That is quite amazing, and I love that. But in case you have not noticed, there has been a lot of diorite related things that are popping up in this server. So if you look over here, it looks like we have some type of diorite buyback program. 2 stacks of diorite for 1 diamond. That's a good price. But it looks like there isn't more diamonds to be made here. And what is in this book here? Let me take a look. Altar of the Wise. That sounds like a cult to me. But let me keep reading. Alright, so what do we have here? Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Alright. I'm getting it. Alright, there's another page here, and who is Diorite Gang? I have never heard of that. Anyways, I don't know if that is something that I want to get myself involved with, and what is going on here? So it looks like there is another temple thing that has just popped up, and they're also offering diamonds for diorite. But instead of buying back diorites, it looks like they're offering diamonds for people to destroy diorite. Let me see what is in the book here. And this is the temple of Bat? bat? Alright, let me see what's in the book. So to be honest, I don't really know if this is something that I want to get myself involved with. It looks like we have some type of call to war going on here on this server. And it looks like this diorite thing is going on everywhere here in the shopping district. What is going on there? That is a huge block of diorite there. So it looks like we have the holy diorite block here. And it looks like we also have a bit of a diorite fountain here. And I really don't know who this mysterious diorite gang is, but they definitely seem to be taking over this server at the moment. And here's the thing though, I don't really particularly want to get myself involved in a cult war that involves diorite. But what I would say is that diorite is a very beautiful block for building. Just look at the majestic texture here on this beautiful block. And as a builder myself, I would definitely say that diorite blocks have a lot of potential. And since this mysterious diorite gang organization thing seems to be interested in paying diamonds for diorite, I think what I will have to do is to unleash the full potential of diorite blocks. I mean, just look at this beautiful texture here. And if there are diamonds to be made out of this block, I definitely have some ideas to push this block to its extreme. So in fact, over the past month, as this diorite rivalry was unfolding, I have been working on a little secret project, which I am about to show you right now. And here I am in a secret underground location, and this is where I have been building up an underground diorite base. And as I mentioned, I have some crazy ideas to push this beautiful diorite block to its extreme. And over the next few episodes, I am going to be working on a project that I have in mind that is going to be so huge that is going to fully ignite a diorite war here on this server between the lovers and haters of diorite blocks. And I am very excited to get that project started. And this underground base here is where I will be operating while I work on that project. And I was hoping that this underground base will also give you a sense of what is to come. So let's take a look here. And actually, let me turn on a shader so that everything looks a little better. And look at that. And as you can see, this is just to showcase the full potential of diorite blocks. And as I was working on this underground base, I was amazed by how beautiful diorite architecture can be. I mean, just look at how majestic this place is. We have some diorite trees, a diorite temple. And with that said, that is all I have for this episode. I'm going to go back to working on my survival base, but I also need to go gather up a lot of diorites to prepare for an upcoming diorite war on this server. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a like, because this was a lot of work to put this episode together. And I will see you guys next time here in this underground diorite sanctuary.